She should have it, no. Okay.
You hear me now?
She's not here.
Oh. Okay, she's received the link. You said she's what? Received the link.
Okay, Alex is coming in. All right, now we're all together again.
Are you with us, Nina?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. We're ready to go?
Okay,
All right, sorry about that, George. Yeah, I agree with Storm. We should maintain, that's a key word, our police protection. Our current police protection to maintain it is personnel-wise the same as you mentioned, as back since other administrations. I totaled up the numbers here, $102,000 per full-time officer of today's money. I have a concern that if we hire one or both of these individuals on, if we get in a really tight spot and there's a lot of change, then we got to lay somebody off, and that's not a good situation. So that's a lot of money. On the vehicles, it's an interesting matter. We have 5 vehicles, the youngest 40,000, the oldest 149. And I agree, I don't think we should have a 149,000 mile vehicle out on the street. Trees, we're a very small town physically. So I'm pretty sure that most of the miles on these vehicles, if they came from here, came from driving to and from home, which police officers typically in all jurisdictions I've been in, except the big cities, do. I'm wondering if on the vehicles, the practice of every officer or majority officers taking the vehicles home is a practical matter for us. I know that there is justification when you need a quick response down to a vehicle, a situation. That's important. Of course, if you're in Washington, D.C. and the vehicle is down at the boatyard and the problem is up in DuPont Circle, that's a problem. Here, you're never anywhere more than a mile from where any situation is. I think it would behoove us to try and get creative on the vehicle solutions. I like to follow this. Somebody likes to Harry Truman once he's told him, go out and get your nose full of wind. And go out and talk to people on the street and see what they think. So I've talked about this big ticket item to people. What do you think? And I've gotten a variety of responses, but all of them are a variety of caution. Speaking to somebody on the way back from dinner down here, we should know this between here and there. And walking up a big dog, and they said, I ain't got questions about the vehicles. So I think this is a really good case for defer since it's been quite some time. I think we should be looking to make the adjustments to our vehicle use for the vehicles that we have. I don't believe we should be putting money into a car with 149,000.
Storm and then Debbie.
wait, hang on. I feel like we're starting to veer into areas that possibly it could be in executive session. I'm just gonna say that.
Pardon me?
It has to do with
Yeah.
security and
Yeah, I know. And just backing up from that, is it true that these two vehicles that are on here are tied to the proposed, tied to other things on the budget
well, we are currently in this budget year creating a reserve to support one of them, which is noted by the negative amount there on the third line. And that is one of the things that, that reduces the amount of one of the vehicles by half. And so the intention of last year's budget was that half we would accumulate in 24, half we'd accumulate in 25, so that if we're tracking with that December 25, then you could say, okay, go ahead, order one, because by June 26, we should have it. And so that was the intention, plan for one vehicle. The officers, I'll just say, in practicality, if you were going to do this, you would consume your reserve. You would not have a backstop reserve. So, I mean,
You did what? You wouldn't have a backstop?
yeah, you'd be eating up your 500,000 backstop reserve.
we did what?
If you hired 2 officers right now at full time with that, I mean, it's just not practical. We do not have the income to support that. Beyond that, anything else, I feel like we're really getting into executive session, in my opinion.
Yeah,
On the vehicles,
The whole topic.
the whole time.
yes.
I could support that.
Well, I don't think this will be inappropriate or go into those. But we have talked in budget and finance some concern about reallocating some of the part-time
Mhm.
hours
Yeah, I think that's kind of an executive session.
in. Okay.
Yeah.
I do think that continuing to contribute to this reserve, to be able to pick up as we need to we do not want a $300,000 mile car out there, but to continue to do that. But otherwise, I agree that taking on this, we can't complete on reserves.
You and I had talked
Mhm.
about putting a placeholder and nothing more than a placeholder
Right.
on these 2 items. Of course, the personnel and cruiser. Because I'm concerned about the reserves. This is a big ask.
Well,
It's a lot of money.
I don't think that the chief also has an obligation to let you know
Yep,
that he
yep.
feels there's a need and
Yes.
what it's going to cost you. And so it's kind of like what Nina's saying, you're gonna ask for what you need. And whether you get it or not is a different matter. Okay, so there's a lot of things that kind of go in with all that. And some of it is how you handle what you have today, some of it is not. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I know we've sort of covered this. Several of them on this sheet have possible grants ended off there. So I just think that's something we should keep in mind that if our funds are limited, then we should be pursuing grant opportunities.
No, we are
We are.
pursuing.
Okay.
We are absolutely.
And I really like the grant writing.
Yeah, and I failed to mention that one, Storm. I do want to add the grant writing training to this. I think that's important. There are programs for grant writing. It's a special skill set. If any of you have ever written grants, and I've written several of them, there's keywords and all types of things. And it is a skill set. And we have 2 employees or one that wants to go to this. We have one for sure, and then maybe another one that wants to attend this. Zach?
So the question on that is is this grant writing training for police officers or for
No.
town staff?
That would be for the clerk.
Personnel. George?
Greg, what size placeholder did you have in mind?
At least 60, 70,
60 or 70? And
and
you put
just a
that in,
placeholder,
and you put it
no allocation.
and you put it in the reserve?
Well, I'd say
As a,
allocated.
like as assigned,
That's not,
an assigned fund. So it's the town council that is saying that they intend to use this money for something, so it's not unassigned
Right.
to anything, but it's assigned.
It's also
They
not.
can,
Obligated.
it is not committed,
No,
right?
no.
Okay.
So that's a thought.
Yeah, it's a way to sort of create a bank account that the council or a future council could say, yes, now we're able to do this. And that way it carries forward. And so that the next council, let's say, it's entirely new, they'll see it on the budget line and know that it's.
Yeah, and we're talking about a placeholder for another item that we haven't got to yet. A very similar thing.
So Debbie, on the sheet that you're gonna give us to fill in, if you see something that's a placeholder on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
then you
That's a good
add-
idea.
Yeah.
Sure.
I agree. Okay,
So,
is there anything else on the police?
Well, we did some talking about the AEDs. First off, Berlissa said that she thought a bunch of that money could come from a grant from the AED factory, right? Or the producer.
oh yeah, from the,
Yes.
from the factory. Mhm.
And then we also talked in budget and finance that possibly some of the opioid funding could.
Yeah, but you gotta make a pretty close nexus between the opioids. I mean, Nina and I have looked at that. She spent a lot of time on the opioid thing. And there are some very strong restrictions on the opioid use, but law enforcement isn't one of the areas that you can spend it on. So,
This is related to the AEDs, so I don't know. It says 6. Was there a justification for 6? Because it,
6 for each of the cars, and 1 for town hall.
Okay.
And yeah, for sure, like, I think the case for the AEDs would be that some number of people who are, need help, is because of those kind of issues. But the further away that from directly helping people. But of course, we don't have programs in town that specifically address opioid addiction.
And I apologize, I'm sorry, I see that I missed putting the first aid kits on here. There's a couple things I'm picking up that I missed. I thought I had it on here, but I don't.
That's a slam dunk considering it.
the medical bags?
Yeah, the medical bags. They're not on this list, but they're in his request.
They're in his request, yeah.
I apologize.
Terry, that's a quick clarification that the specific model of AED, I know there's different ones out there. In the past, you needed specific training to use them. They make newer models that sort of the units themselves can talk anyone through how to use them. Do we know if these are the newer?
Yeah, the top 2 ones, yeah, they're pretty cool. I think anybody can basically, if you can turn a switch on.
They play the DG Staying Alive, which is exactly.
Yeah,
Have that song in your head.
I think they updated it to. It's a different song. The standard beats per minute did change slightly, so there's a different song, but everybody does.
Oh.
Stay Alive.
That's funny.
Walking on Sunshine?
It was a Michael Jackson song, and I can't remember.
Fact, my sister's a nurse. The beat that they practice to is another one bites the dust.
Oh, yeah.
That is the song.
Yeah.
And it's
That's not thematically, maybe. Like Staying Alive, maybe a better theme.
Anything else on police?
Well, not connected to executive session.
Okay.
Did we need to discuss the National Night Out or community meet and greet? Those relatively small, but
Yeah, I think they're worthwhile, like the night out, engages the community, they are interacting with the other police, units, and I think that event down here, I think it's great. It's the way
The
for.
National Night Out is a good thing.
No, it's no beer. And the money is
How come
largely,
twice if there's beer?
serious.
the money is largely
Serious
to
about
get
beer.
equipment and items that the officers and the staff have been bringing themselves to make these events, so.
That's true. That's it. Oh, this one,
All right,
All right, where are we then?
salary?
so we're gonna go to the staff salaries.
Okay.
I'm going to recuse myself for this one.
So do you wanna, well, maybe not for all of it though, because if we talk about the police, then,
Oh,
and then
Yeah,
you can.
my rule of thumb is for staff, like town office salaries. Is that what's
Yeah, but I think that if you go, oh my goodness. If we go into executive session, we'll also talk about the police stuff, which I think he should be part of, and then he could go away for the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how you want to do it, sorry.
Yeah. Why don't we go into executive session? All right, so I'm gonna move that we adjourn into executive session based on West Virginia Code 698-4 to discuss personnel and salary issues.
Yeah, second.
Is there a motion? I got a motion, and we got a second discussion. All those in favor? Nina, okay,
Okay, all
motion
right,
carries 6-0.
a second, and Nina needs to get, somebody needs to get Nina on the phone.
Oh, well, before we should discuss what the next step.
Need to back up. I know you can get Zach in here,
Oh, that,
right? Okay, you're on the mic now.
Okay, so we're out of executive session at 8:13 p.m. And we need a direction to conclude. So we're going to need another evening.
We'll need another meeting.
How many hours do you project we think we got left, Debbie and Storm and Nina, Chris?
What's left here? We got BZA, street department, town hall. I'd say it'd probably be 90 minutes.
Sure. You think that long?
Yeah. Well, on the outside.
Well, I thought we did town hall. I thought we did be,
Well, now you have
No.
other things. You've got that build out.
oh, yeah, downstairs.
All this
There's a lot of
stuff
detail. Yeah,
outside.
it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, we're gonna,
our meeting would be refreshing, we could figure out how to be strongly an hour.
I
So
think we
how
can.
about if we do this? How about if we do this? How about if I circulate to you the forms, okay? And then also that I'll do it in Excel and if you want a printed form, George wants a printed form. And then, and I'll also circulate that one for the general fund, the same. And why don't you go through there and make your check marks? And send it back to me. And let's set up the next meeting for an hour or two. Let's make it 2 hours. And what I will attempt to do is through your consensus, see if I really can build out the budget to a place that if there's discrepancies, it's a handful and we can plug and play. And it won't be so hard. At least we'll walk away from that maybe almost done.
I'm okay with that on the other two sheets, but on the general fund, on the lease figures and on the salaries, like.
Well, don't worry about the salaries. We've already talked about that. I have a guidance on that. I think I have guidance on the police. You've already given me guidance on the equipment and everything. So I don't think you need to worry about the police. I would say everything else on there. And the only other guidance I would give you is that at the bottom, library, public transit, and fire department, you see negative numbers under the place amounts that are allocated. That's because that's what's already in our budget right now. So I was assuming you would keep that the same. This chart was to tell you what was over and above the baseline.
In fact, when you come this next week, will you bring a spread out of what the street repairs looking like?
I have something that was already developed that Patty gave. I can send that out with the spreadsheets, but there's more, and I don't know what that more is.
Okay.
All right, so that is a February calendar. Let's say, what about next week? Maybe. The 5th is Ash Wednesday. I would rather, can we do it? Well, I can't do it Thursday night. If I don't know what time. I mean, I would prefer to do it during the day or later in the day. I know that's hard for some people, but in the daytime or in the afternoon evening.
I have to check my work schedule for the day. We definitely do the evening. Well, so the special planning commission meeting 5 o'clock on the 4th, so it won't take us a few minutes. So,
What time is that?
special planning commission meeting 4th at 5 o'clock.
Oh, 5 o'clock, you said.
It's not here.
Oh, okay.
Parts. Okay.
I was thinking for like 2 hours before that, 2 hours after that. I could do 5 days, so.
Oh, okay. So if we met at like 3
Well.
or, oh, you're Tuesdays or, oh, you're
This
gone.
is my second
Yeah,
least
someone's
available week.
Oh, you're gone.
Yeah.
And we have council on the 10th.
Yeah, that's my main business is next week. What happens next week? I'm planning for August. 18 months.
Then we have the regular council.
All right. Let's just, how about the 13th? Oh, no, the 12th or the 13th? The 13th, I can't do it in the evening, but the 12th,
I'll be in Morgantown.
how about
Your kids.
Our regular council meeting is on the tenth.
Yeah, we're not doing it then.
You couldn't do it
No.
an hour before.
Oh,
Well, it's going to depend on the agenda. I mean, if we don't, if everybody can keep their agenda requests down, we can probably get it done at 6 o'clock.
Or you can just throw some agenda request off.
no, I mean, I'm sorry. How many town council meetings have I sat here? Chris, they're not gonna, it doesn't happen. If you get out of here by 8, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
If you get out of here by 10, it's a miracle. On any night, even a good night.
We have 10, we have 8, 10.
What?
Work on that.
And you're not gonna be in a situation next week where you
Okay, what does the 11th look like? Tuesday after the Monday.
I could do that.
Tuesday, we didn't,
We have a problem.
But you can do that. I can put my notes on the sheet.
When you say you're there all week,
All
yeah, I
right, so-
really don't want to push it out.
Current administration feels it's hard to change. So our guys got it done. I'm gonna move this.
Well, if we did it on the 11th,
All
could
right,
we
so
do
let's,
it?
how about the,
We'll let like at 2 or 3,
what time?
2 or
George, what
3
time?
What time?
in the afternoon, 2.
Yeah, I've got a contract at 1.
Nina, you okay on the 11th in the afternoon?
I think so. Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay,
Okay, let's try that.
all right. Debbie will put out a reminder and pick out a good time. Deb. All right, anything else?
Maybe 3 p.m.?
All right, motion to adjourn by Zach, second by George. All those in favor?